What's up? It's Ryan Downey right here, senior editor. Check out my interview with Andy from Black Veil Brides and subscribe wherever the button is. Just do it. Don't be afraid. Just do the thing. Ryan Downey.
So who's in the Black Veil Brides? You. There's Andy Black record.
Right.
I would say William Control
William
is
Control
in your
sure.
universe.
John Feldmann and his assorted projects.
Yeah. His assorted projects. Wow, that's broad.
You know, I would like to say that Bob Rock is within the Black Veil Brides U.
He's also in a video on YouTube in a bathtub with his old bandmate,
but
singing a great song.
We get really odd with the Black Veil Brides U because, like, John Severson, our tour manager, has been with us for, the better part of the last half a decade. He is in a band called Daughters, which is a noisy art rock punk band. So that's a very odd part of, if you look at the family tree.
You also have a guy in the crew who plays guitar in a Christian metal band.
Yeah, exactly. Jeremiah in Demon Hunter.
It is an interesting family.
There's a lot of crossover. Not a lot of fan crossover, but there's a lot of
Demon Hunter band, I wonder what they sound like.
From the last one.
The last time we sat down and did this was at the APMAs, where you revealed that you were hoping to make a Black Veil record and a solo record simultaneously with the same producer. How is that going, and has that been possible?
Well, I think what we found is that...
And no wonder you're tired.
Yeah, sure. What we found is that with the Black Veil record, we really want to take time with it. And we're still in the early stages of writing, and we didn't want to start getting into the studio before it was ready. You know what I mean? And so... I've been working on the Andy Black record. We've been, Jake's been writing riffs and coming up with stuff. Things are moving concurrently, but as far as recording at the same time, it looks like that, what's probably more realistic and what I should have said at the time is that once we wrap recording on the Andy Black record, then we start to shift focus entirely.
So that essentially came first in terms of getting it off the calendar.
Well, the time was there. Obviously with the band being on tour and having the off time, I wanted to utilize that off time. An important thing for me with this project is to not interfere with the band.
Of course.
So, it wound up being twice the workload for me, but in the time that I had off, I made a record.
Well, and I think also, as more and more these days, with bands like yours that have such a devoted following and a little mini universe to yourselves of your fans, I think a project like Andy Black can ultimately end up supporting Black Veil and vice versa.
And, I've been so fortunate.
It's not different.
I was talking to my buddy Will last night, and I've been so fortunate that the band has been so supportive. One of the things that you worry about when you're going into something like this is that you're going to be, marginalizing the band's involvement or making them feel like they're not at the front of your attention. And that hasn't happened at all. Jake will come and ask me, hey, how's the record going? What's going on? I saw such and such came in. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And everybody's been so supportive and great. So there really hasn't been anything but a great vibe. The next Black Veil record will likely start at the beginning of the year. We're finishing up the Andy Black record. We've got maybe another week or two of tracking, and then it's all mixing, and then have a single out by the end of 2015, have the record out by the beginning of 2016.
And this is, by the end of 2015, that's soon.
That's the hope. I mean, I as of right now, I feel like we have the song, but the way that Feldmann and I have always worked is we want to try to beat the song.
That's awesome.
And that's how we came up with In the End was
nice.
In our minds.
As you noted on Jamie Justice podcast, I've famously said is the Black Veil Brides time capsule song.
Yeah, it's the time capsule song.
Yeah, if it's like, what does Black Veil Bride sound like?
So I think at the time we were pretty certain that We Don't Belong on Wretched and Divine was going to be the single, and we thought, let's try to beat it, and that's how we came up with In the End. So not to say that's going to happen again. We feel really confident about the songs that we have, but why not spend another week in writing and see if we can really come up with something that's even more special. But every song that we have, Feldmann and I were joking. Neither of us have ever written so many songs for any project.
Oh wow.
So many songs that I couldn't even keep track of everything that we had. And then you consider all the guests that have come in and laid stuff down.
Yeah, and you've been very open about that on social media. There hasn't been pulling back of the curtain of like surprise.
No, that's
like,
part of the fun is that
it's
such an open environment, and to be able to have somebody like Ashton from 5 Seconds of Summer come in and blow my mind with his skills. I mean, the guy can play fucking everything. He can sing, he can fuck djembe and like weird instrumentation, and you discover these things in people and you go, wow, I really want that for this record, because I don't have a band for the record. So,
Right.
it's me and Feldman, and then if I go, I love the way Quinn plays guitar from The Used, let's have him come play guitar.
Yeah.
Or, I've always been a big
Especially
fan of...
within that Feldman universe.
Yeah, exactly. I've always
yeah.
been a big fan of the way that Patrick from Fall Out Boy works on stuff. I'd love to get him in here. He comes in. Gerard Way coming in and singing and playing guitar and writing with us, and it's like every day there's just been new fun things, and then even
Your
people that
record is an issue of alternative press, basically.
Sure, yeah. And somebody like Ryan from All Time Low coming in and drumming on songs, that wasn't even something that crossed my mind, because we didn't really know each other very well. He's a nice guy, but Feldman suggested him, and he was stoked to do it, and he came in, and I've such a wonderful experience working with him, and he nailed the song. So it's like, there's not been a bad day. It's so free and open artistically to just do whatever we want, and it's a fun record. The songs are pop rock, fun songs. There's certainly an element to the kind of 80s vibe in there, with the Depeche Mode and Sisters of Mercy and that kind of thing. But, it's current, it's cool. To me, we were joking the other day, it's goth Springsteen. That's kind of the thing. And we had, JR from Less Than Jake came in and played sax on a bunch of songs.
Well, shout out to the big man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing, is that I really wanted to put all the influences that I've had in other parts of music other than hard rock and heavy metal into a record, and it's just been so much fun, and it's making me so much more excited for my future in music. And I want to tour this project, but I'm excited to do it because I'm sitting here with you in Sacramento with, on my phone, 12 songs that I can listen to and get so excited about, that are completely different than anything I've ever done before.